Okay, for any new players or returning players, I'm here to explain to you the Smuggler's Pass and how to best use it. It looks a little bit different to get into it this time around if you're not sure how to use it. So if you want to see what your Smuggler's Pass looks like, you go to the Seasonal Hub, scroll down to Smuggler Pass, and it shows you your three different pathways here. You can unlock all three, you don't have to choose one or the other. So which is good. And you can see once you earn enough smugglers points, you can unlock the stuff here, underneath here. But also if you press L3, it says claim milestone rewards. So here is when every time you earn a bunch of them. So if I earn 10, like I have here, you can claim this, which is just upgrade parts. Once I get to 20, then I get the season spoilers booster pack, 30 and so on. And once you hit the 45, that's when you get the new ship, the Sloop of War, the new toxic ship, which is really good apparently. Then you get some more seasonal stuff and a little cosmetic at the end. But also, if you scroll across, see up on the top left here, if you scroll it across to the, I guess it looks like a trophy, it shows you different challenges you can do to unlock smuggler's points. So for example, if you board 100 ships, you unlock 2,000 smuggler points. And every 1,000 smuggler points gives you one smuggler token. So you can see up on the top right of my screen, I have 11. So just say if I did that board 100 ships, I would then get another 2, so then I'd be on 13. Some of them are easier to do than others. So the boarding ships can take a long time, but just say treasure maps, that can be quite quick, and bounty target events, quite easy. And you get good amounts of smuggler points for each one, as you can see. If you go one further along to boosters, this is really good if you're going to start farming events. So if you know you're going to be farming bosses, I would activate this Wicked Harvest because it rewards Smuggler's Supply Chest upon defeating every elite enemy. So it can be the smaller, easier ones like the Missouri over here. The Missouri here. So that's quite an easy boss to fight. Same with this one, especially this one because it's only level 12. And every time you defeat them, you'll be getting that smuggler, that special chest. And the boosters really help a lot. Well, how's this one? This is even better. So Smuggler's Fortune. If you can get access to this, I would definitely activate it early. You get twice smuggler points earned from activities, which is going to be a big help for you, and it lasts for a whole hour in game. This gives you better seasonal event currency, so maybe like your guild marks. And this just helps you speed up your refinery process times when you want to, get your refinery up for your White Skull Rum or your opium and all that sort of stuff. Once you've unlocked all of these part channels, so there's 30 there to use, 30 here, 30 here. Once you unlock all those, if you go to this one here, it's called not Milestone Rewards. If you go to Pinnacle Store, so you can spend lumps of those smuggler points, which you're going to keep earning even once you've unlocked the whole Smuggler's Pass, and that's where you can use these to make it even better. So if you have 8, you can get the new Culverin, the new Toxic Culverin, which is great. Or if you've got 10, you can spend them on these blueprints, which means you can craft them whenever you want. And some of these blueprints are quite good. I definitely recommend getting them. You can earn smuggler points, which you can see actually on this screen. So when you come to this, you scroll across to Seasonal Hub. If you hover over Smuggler Pass but don't click it, you can see their Smuggler points. I've got 985 out of 1,000 points. Once I hit 1,000, I get myself a point. And to earn these, you can do heaps of world event activities, such as cutthroat cargoes, helm wages, hostile takeovers, plunders. Even the Megafort Wolvenhole will give you some. So there's a lot of in-game activities you can do. Here's the difference between World Tier 1 and World Tier 2 points that you can earn. Now for the new Faction Wars mode they've added, which is actually a lot of fun. So as you can see, the map's broken up into the territories again, like you would for your smugglers, your manufactories and all that sort of stuff. So they have battle periods, and a battle period at the moment, he's got 11 days left, as you can see on the left-hand side there. So there's 2 territories up in the battle period now. This one down here, and this one up here. Now the best way to help your faction out once you've chosen your faction is you have to earn war bonds. And you can earn war bonds simply by being in these areas. You can sail around them, you attack the enemy faction ships, and you collect the war bonds, and it adds up. You can plunder the forts around the place. Like Grand Fort gives you a lot of war bonds in the area. Certain events might pop up where you have to defend a fortress, one of your allied fortresses from enemy waves of enemies, which is pretty full on. I haven't actually been able to survive one of those yet. I've survived, but my fort doesn't. Or the best way is see this war cargo, is do that, and a lot of time no one else joins because it's a PvP event, and you'll get 400 war assets each time you complete it, which is huge. There is other PvE NPC ships that will attack you, but they're generally not too bad. You can usually hit and run and get out of there pretty good. So if you ever see these war cargo come up, especially if no one else joins PvP, go for it, and it's a free 400 war bonds each time. So at the end of 11 days, the faction with the most war bonds in that area then captures that territory. So at the moment you can see the DMC are far ahead, the Compagnie in this spot, and up here on the north, it's the opposite way around. The Compagnie are far ahead of the DMC. So if this continues this way, the Compagnie will capture this point up here, this territory, and the DMC will capture this one. And then on that top left, you can see there, territories captured, that'll be one each, most likely. I doubt it's going to be anything different. So then, once that happens, as you can see here in this tooltip, and at the end of the faction war in 81 days, the winning faction is the team with the most territories, which is pretty self-explanatory, as you can see on that picture there. And the winning faction will reward any player in the winning faction with 10,000 pieces of 8 and that cosmetic set for your pirate. Or if you lose, you still get 5,000 pieces of 8, which is not too bad. And with your war bonds that you earn, you can spend them here to unlock. It's like another smuggler pass, basically. You unlock brand new furniture pieces, which are powerful, deep iron, new weapons, lots of stuff like that. And then while it's in battle period 1, that's the furthest you can go right now, is this endless rec room at level 10. And then once battle period 2 starts up in 11 days, then we get access to this next run, and so on. It's going to be capped each time, okay? So that's battle period 3, and so on and so on. So Faction War seems like it could be a pretty good game mode to add a fair bit of life into the game. And, be interested to see what everyone sides within the Faction War. I've gone with the DMC, so join me. Hopefully you're not against me. See here, you can see there's a fortress defense game mode. So this gives you 200 war assets if you can defend the fort. Which last time there was so many enemy ships, I was surviving okay and trying to sink them as quick as possible, but I had no chance. My fort went down on the last wave of enemies. One more thing that I wanted to cover is another new thing they've added this season, which is the seasonal journey, which you can see from your seasonal hub. You just click this, and so it starts here, and there's all these upgrades you can get for your ship, which are very powerful. I'll show you from the start, just for example. So the very first one, you get an extra 2% hull health. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's all going to add up. Ship armor, bracing, blah, blah, blah. But then from here you can see another 1,500 brace strength added just for doing this, and it's going to get bigger and bigger as you go along. So it's going to give you a lot of power. But to unlock these, first of all, actually, these are seasonal based. So at the end of the season, these upgrades will not remain. Whereas your home empire does remain, so you don't have to worry about what you buy there will stay with you. Whereas this is purely seasonal based. So you know you will lose it at the end. But to do it, for example, I'll show you this. You have to do a certain quest, so you have to beat the domain Shadow Beast. Once I beat that Shadow Beast, then I spend 100 guild marks and I can unlock that, and it gives me 5% less stamina drain when bracing. And for example, on this one, once I beat the big sea lizard thing, Zamaharabi or whatever it's called, I then spend another 100 guild marks and I get a 5% increased brace recovery speed, which would be great. And so on. This has to beat the Road Mangadan. Have to beat Vikram and the Hubak twins, and then I can spend 200 guild marks, so on. So you have to defeat certain bosses that it tells you to do as you go through, and then you spend your guild marks and you go from there. But as I said, they're very worth it. They're very, very powerful upgrades. And there's the weekly challenge board, which will give you guild marks and smugglers points as well. So anything with that gold skull and the keys, that's going to be smugglers points, and anything on the left is your guild marks. And these are quite easy to get. So for example, reforge one combat item. I'll show you that right now.
How fares your day, pirate?
There's also new mod locking and everything like that, but I'll explain that in another video. Let's just do the Black Prince.
My forge.
So you guys got 100 guild marks because I reforged an item. So it's obviously, these are weekly challenges. So every week they're going to add more. And if you complete 4 challenges, you get a bonus reward up there. See, up the top I got 500 guild marks for completing 4 challenges, which I already had done. And that 500 just then actually just gave me some more tokens for my smuggler's pass. So I can actually finish one whole run of that. Which in turn gives you another milestone reward. So I get 6 Ascension modules. That's everything you need to know, so thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. I'll be showing you the new ship and some great builds soon. Bye!